spoilers. That's right, people, it's time to discuss the nitty-gritty of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. If you have not yet seen the movie, please step away from this video. I don't want to be the person who spoils it for you. I do have a spoiler-free review. I will put a link of it in the description. Check that one out. Wait till you see it till you watch this review. But before you do go shooting off, please do remember to hit that like button and the subscribe button and give us a follow on Instagram. There is a link in the description below. You will be getting access to further content, tournament polls, and even get a say in what I review. And of course, we thank you if you do. So because I couldn't really go that deeply into the synopsis in my spoiler-free review, what's really happening here is that Doctor Strange is having some very bizarre dreams of himself, but he's just sort of writing it off and saying they're dreams. Dreams happen. It's when that dream eventually invades his reality that he realizes something's wrong here. He bumps into America Chavez, who has been in his dreams, and it turns out America Chavez has the superpower of being able to jump through multiverses. She doesn't know how to control her power. She seems to only be able to do it out of fear, essentially. It's like a defense mechanism for her. And someone is coming after America Chavez to take that power from her. And it turns out that that certain someone is Wanda Maximoff. Yep, the Scarlet Witch herself is the villain of this movie. And I thought that was awesome, to be brutally honest. Wanda has very quickly become a favourite character of mine, especially in recent media that she's been a part of. I thought Vision's death was really impactful. I thought WandaVision, actually, having stepped away from it, it might be my favourite Marvel Disney show so far because it has that emotional weight that I personally really enjoy. She's hugely relatable. We've all had a loss at some point in our life, and we know the suffering that comes from loss and how angry it can make somebody, because it's all about the ifs, the buts, and the maybes. If only I had done this, if only that had happened. But if you were there to save the day, none of this would have happened. You get stuck in this paradox of misery, essentially, and that is what's happening to Wanda. And I thought it was so nicely done. It really helped the pacing, actually, that we didn't need to set that up. It was already set up in WandaVision, and we were already sitting there waiting for it to become the next chapter, I suppose. This is the next chapter, and boy, is it a chapter for Wanda Maximoff. And this is where I have to give my praise to Elizabeth Olsen. She stole the damn show, if you're asking me. I really couldn't talk about her much because of obvious reasons. See, it wasn't a vague and sloppy non-spoiler review. I was protecting you. You're welcome. But even that being said, as much as I thought Elizabeth Olsen's performance was absolutely outstanding, and I think she has a really good, solid understanding of this character and she delivers it fantastically, I still didn't feel the weight. I didn't feel her pain in the same way that I felt it in WandaVision, because I don't think they executed it as well here. A lot of it is spoken to you. She talks about how she wants to do this, and it's all spoken. It's never shown. It's never delivered in her actions. It's her telling you and the characters consistently, I'm a mother, I have boys, I have to take care of my boys. And it's okay, we get it, but we also know that your boys aren't real. You know your boys aren't real. Surely there's other ways around this. But she just sort of doesn't. She just stays the mad Scarlet Witch, completely overtaken by the Darkhold. It snuffs out any humanity that she has. Yeah, again, they do explain it. They do sort of explain that the good Wanda is, I guess, in a mind prison, I suppose. They briefly show her trapped under some rocks, and red smoke is invading the area around those rocks that she's trapped in, and she very quickly ducks and hides for cover when the chaos magic comes close. So it's sort of suggesting that bad Wanda has sort of taken over from good Wanda. Good Wanda has been compartmentalized at the back of her mind. I'll allow it. Here's the big juicy one that I'm sure you've all been waiting to know about. The Illuminati. They are in it. It was suggested in the trailer. I thought it was really disappointing, to be brutally honest with you. What a fucking cock tease that was. They Suicide Squadded it, basically. They put them all in the trailers. These are your characters. This is what you're going to love. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And then they're on the screen for 5 minutes and they all die brutal, painful, horrible deaths. Cool, I guess. It's annoying. It's really, really annoying. It just doesn't work in my mind, because either what you're doing is you're giving your audience false hope that these characters are going to come through now and they're going to be in the universe and we're going to start new series and they're going to have spin-offs and it's going to be awesome and you're going to see their crazy superpowers. That's what you achieve by putting these characters in it. And by killing them, what you do is you snuff all of that out and make your audience sit there and think, what was the point then? I really, really, really dislike that gimmick. Every time it rears its ugly head, I just think the same thing. What was the point then? So we get Black Bolt from that TV show that was so bad, literally no one watched it. I didn't watch a second of it. It looked horrific. Was it the Inhumans? That's how bad it was. I can't remember the name of the show. A, does anybody know who he is? B, that's one of the dumbest death scenes I've ever seen in my life. This guy has the ability to kill people with his voice. He has like a deafening shriek of a voice. I guess he's like Banshee from the X-Men. But Wanda then just uses some magic and removes his mouth. And then Black Bolt, a man who's aware of his own power, who has been mute since childhood, decides now he's going to start talking when he doesn't have a mouth, and he ends up blowing up his own head. What? You get Charles Xavier, and you also get him in that very cool, I don't really know what it's called, but from the animated series, he used to have like that weird yellow wheelchair that kind of looked half robot. It's in here, and even just a cool little nod like that, I was like, awesome, I like that. And the big one that definitely got a few murmurs and oh shits in my cinema is that John Krasinski is, in fact, Mr. Fantastic, and he is a part of the Illuminati. Sadly, it's the same situation. I thought he was very cool for the time that he was in it, and it was awesome to see him, but what was the fucking point? Maybe for a split second, you see him stretch his arm sort of back into place, but he has no action scenes. He gets killed like a frigging ant again. I just don't see what the point of having them in this movie is. It just seems like a waste of time. They're the big bits that I really needed to get off my chest and try and understand myself as to where my issues lied in this movie. I realise it's quite hard to talk about this movie without going into the spoilers. You kind of have to if you want to be really clear about what you liked and what you didn't like. And I do want to make clear that despite my clear annoyance in places and eye rolls through the last minute of this video, I do still really like this movie a hell of a lot. What they do right is so damn out of this world that it totally dwarfs the issues that I have. You can totally put those to one side and just have a killer time with this movie and have a lot of fun. But it's just to make you aware that if you're like me and these little problems do sort of consistently tap you on the shoulder and you can't seem to forget them, then you might struggle to fully immerse yourself in this movie. I feel like I've explained myself well enough there. We'll call that a day. So thank you for watching this video. Please be sure to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And please be sure to hit the comment section as well. What did you think of the Multiverse of Madness? Do you agree with me? Do you think it's absolutely flawless, or do you have a few issues with the movie like I did? Let me know in the comment section below. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you on the next review.